Hey everybody from the Vandale Public Library. We're sad that we can't be together in person, but glad that we can be together online. I'm Abigail, and thank you for joining me here for some Pilates. Okay, it's time for some sideline work. So we're gonna start by laying down on the right side of our body. Let's line the back up along the back edge of the mat. So head, shoulders, ribs, hips are all in a line. And then we're gonna bring our hands to cup our head. Our knees are bent, our feet are either in line with our hips or a little bit in front. Starting with rotation, we take the top elbow, we rotate it to the ceiling, exhale, looking up, and then bring the elbows back together. And then again, exhale, let the elbow open to the ceiling. Maybe start to let it open a little bit farther. And inhale and bring the elbows back together. And again, exhale, maybe opening a little bit deeper, looking to the elbow. Inhale, back together. One last time, big exhale, opening up through the chest. And all the way back to center. Take the top hand, place it on the hip real quick, and push that hip away, creating that mouse house of space beneath the bottom side of your waist. And then top hand down. Bottom arm can either be long underneath your head, or you can prop yourself up, whatever feels best on your head and neck. We're going into our clams. So we're gonna rotate the top knee open and lower it back down. So rotating open and lower. So as we do this, imagine you've got your water bottle behind your hips. You don't wanna knock it over. So keep that top hip right on top of the bottom one. A couple more times. And two. Last one, and down. Now leg lifts. We're gonna lift the bent knee up and lower down, and lift and lower. Make sure your top shoulder doesn't creep up to become an earring, but keep the neck long. Full leg lifts and lowers. And think of the leg moving through peanut butter. So finding a little resistance as you lift and lower. One last time. And then lifting the leg just in line with your hip. Hold it there, and then side kicks, swinging the knee forward and heel back. So knee to nose, heel to seat. A few more times. Keeping that leg right in line with the hip socket as it swings. And then bring the leg back home. Reach your legs out towards the front corner of your mat now. Flexing your feet, feel your bottom leg standing into the floor, and then top leg lifts up in parallel and press it back down. So as you lift and lower, again, think of the leg moving through peanut butter. So finding that resistance. One last time here. And now we're turning our legs to Pilates V. Our bottom toes become a little kickstand there. We're gonna point the top, but we're gonna start to kick it up, flex and lower back down. Point and kick it, keep it a little bit in front of the shoulder to help keep the hips stacked here. Two more. Down, last one, and down. Lower the legs back to parallel. We're gonna lift the top leg up in line with the hip, point the foot and circle it forward for a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Turning onto the stomach again, hands under your forehead. We're gonna turn our feet to Pilates V, belly button pulled up to spine, float the legs off the mat just a little bit, and then click the heels together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax down. And again, belly engaged, float the legs, heels click. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. One more set, belly button to spine, float the legs, clicking. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Press it back onto your heels, quick little stretch. And then turning onto your left side. So we line that side up along the back edge of our mat, and then knees bent, feet either in line with the hips or a little bit in front. Letting the elbows fall towards each other to start. Exhale as you open that top elbow up to the ceiling. Inhale as the elbow closes. And again, exhale, letting it open maybe just a little bit more. Inhale and bring it back home. Making sure the hips stay stacked. Exhale to rotate open there. Inhale and come back together. Last one, keep watching the elbow the whole time. And all the way back together. Take your top hand, push that hip away, create that length in your waist, and then place the hand down. Bottom arm either extends long or propping yourself up on your elbow, and then finding that clam, rotating the knee open and down. So again, keeping the hips stacked. So thinking of that water bottle behind the hips, feeling like the leg is moving through peanut butter. 3 and 2 and last one. Now we lift the leg up and lower it down. So keeping that length in the waist as the leg lifts and lowers. And down, so feeling like it's pushing into that peanut butter. 2 more. And last one. And then lifting the leg just a little bit, bent knee, side kick, swinging it forward and back. Knee to nose, heel to seat. Keep the bottom side of your body down into the mat, finding that support there. One last time, swinging it forward, swinging it back, bringing the leg back home, send the legs out long, flex your feet, bottom leg standing into the mat, top leg lifts up and down, keeping it parallel, lift and lower. So moving through peanut butter, feeling that resistance. One more time. And then turning the legs out to Pilates V. Tucking the bottom toes under, point the foot, lift the leg, flex and lower. And point and lift, flex, push that leg back down. And down, 2 more. And last one. And down, turning the legs back to parallel, standing that bottom leg into the mat. Top leg lifts a little bit, point the foot, circle it forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, let's stretch our hips out after all of that. So back onto your back. Cross your right ankle up over your left knee, finding that figure 4. You can either stay here and press the knee away, or if you're feeling like you want a deeper stretch, grab onto the left leg, pulling the legs in towards you here. Your elbow is pressing into your knee a little bit, breathing and letting the hip open. And then release that, getting ready for the other side, left leg over the right, pressing that knee away a little bit, or maybe grabbing onto your right leg and pulling them in towards you, breathing into that stretch. And then release it. Rocking up to seated, we're going into our mermaid series. So we're gonna start to the right. We're either gonna find that Z sit, or if that's not comfortable on your hips, reach that left leg out long. So I'm gonna come into my Z sit. Arms are out to this side. We wanna have both sit bones as close to the mat as we can. We exhale, we paint a rainbow of energy as we stretch over, reach and come back up. Exhale, big stretch to the side. Reach and come back up. And again, up and over. And up, 2 more. Lifting up to go over, sitting up a little taller at the top. Take it over and hold. Take the hand, bring it down to the mat, and finding a few little push-ups here. Bend your elbows, lower down, and exhale, press up. Keep the left hip reaching to the mat, and keep the belly button pulling up to your spine. 2 more. And last one. Bring the right hand forward. Turn back to face the front. Sit up and take a little stretch over to the opposite side. Coming down to the right forearm now. We're gonna stack our knees out to the side as we go into a little side plank. So you can keep this top hand down for a little extra support, or you can bring your hand to your hip. Take an inhale, exhale, lift into your plank and lower. Now maybe reach that top leg out as you lift up. And lower, and again, up and down. If that's feeling good, maybe you reach both legs out. Exhale, lift and lower. Wherever you are, we've got 2 more. We're gonna hold this one up. Reach the top arm up to the ceiling if you can. we're gonna look down to the floor and up to the ceiling. Down to the floor, up to the ceiling. One more time, down to the floor, up to the ceiling. Carefully lower the hip down, so all the way up. And take a little stretch over to the opposite side. Okay, mermaid on the other side. So now our left leg is in front. Our right leg is either tucked to the side or we're reaching it out, whatever works best on your hips and knees. So trying to get both sit bones down, arms to the side. We take an inhale. Exhale, we stretch far over and come back up. And again, exhale, reach. Sitting back up tall. So every time trying to reach just a little bit farther away. And up, 2 more. Feel the right hip bone coming down as you sit up. Last one, up and over. Turning to place both hands on the mat, opening them in line with the shoulders. Keep the abs lifted and then bend down and exhale, push up. Down and 3, 2, 1. Bring your back hand forward. Rotate back to face the front. Sit all the way up and take that little stretch to the other side. Coming down to your left forearm now. Bend your knees out to the side. You can either leave that hand down or bring it to your hip. We exhale, we lift up into our side plank and down. Maybe you reach that top leg out and down, or maybe you reach both legs out, exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower, one long line from head to feet. And down and take it up and hold it up. Reach your arm to the ceiling and then look down to the floor and look up to the hand. Down to the floor, up to the hand. One more time, down to the floor, up to the hand. Sit back down, carefully sitting up, and again, take that little stretch to the opposite side. We're going into a regular plank now. So coming onto the hands and knees to start here. You can always come down to the forearms if that feels better on your wrists, or stay on your hands. We're gonna walk the feet back carefully, one at a time, find that plank position. Make sure that your hips aren't lifted up, make sure they're not dropped. We've got one line from head to heels. We're looking just past the front of our fingertips to keep our neck long. We're just holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully lower down to your knees and sit back onto your heels, taking that nice little stretch there. And coming on up.